What's up, everybody? Welcome back to HPT. Today was a challenging day on the market, and I really want to break down two trades, right? We took two trades. There was two really good setups. The first one, large money shook me out of my trade. I'm going to break down what that means. But what I really want to break down in this session is expectations, right? Because I feel like expectations is one of the main reasons why we get ourselves in bad setups, why we take irrational trades and force things, right? It's because our expectations are all off guard, right? They're all hindering us in a way, right? They're keeping us from being the best traders that we can, right? So today I want to break down price action. I want to break down two setups that we took. I want to break down expectations. More importantly, I want to break down our strategy, what I was looking for, and how we were able to execute even though we missed the morning trade, right? So give me a second right here. I got to relog in to my think or swim. And this is the thing, right? Like our expectations to what we expect out of ourselves every day, what we actually expect from the market. What's our approach? What are we expecting to get out of the market, right? Like what are we actually trying to accomplish, right? This all falls into expectation. Expectation can be our superpower, but it can also be our kryptonite, right? And basically what that means is, if we learn to study the proper principles, we can learn to expect certain outcomes. On the flip side of that coin, if we don't study principles, if we don't collect data, where do we get our expectations from, right? And that's stuff we're going to be diving into. So just give me 1 second here while I get things situated. All right, so while that's loading here, yeah, well, where do we get our expectations from, right? Is it from what our friends are doing? Is it from what our, Discord group's doing, right? Is it from, social media, right? Are we, hold on, let's see here, what is this? Okay. All right, so let me go back here. Bear with me. Entire screen, bam. Okay. All right, so now that's good, now we can pull up TOS and now we can get to work. All right, so today we had a massive sell-off, right? You can see here, market just rallied or sold off tremendously to the downside, right? We were watching a lot of key levels. One of those levels, well, actually, let's do this the right way and dive into the Discord here, and I'll show you exactly what we were doing. And for all high performance trading members, by the end of this week, you guys will have access to the new section of Trader Boot Camp. See, and this is why Trader Boot Camp's so awesome, is if you sign up for Trader Boot Camp, it's not just like one online course. It's currently 21 different mini courses, and it's growing. When I first started Trader Boot Camp, my goal was to create an everlasting resource for all day traders because I knew I was still early in my journey. And trading is a never-ending journey. So there's not one course out there that just fits all. So Trader Boot Camp is growing, and now we have the new section to it, which is going to be principles and systems, right? So over here we got market principles, trading principles, biblical principles. And principles are a really cool thing. Principles lead up to our expectations. If we study principles, we can learn to expect things, right? Simple principle is you reap what you sow, right? That's a very simple biblical principle that applies in every aspect of life, right? It's not just as a farm, right? It applies to a trader too. You reap what you sow. So how does that align with expectations? Well, if I plant a seed in the ground and I water it, I can expect the seed to grow and bear fruit, right? That is an expectation. That's an expectation based off a truth, right? A principle. The fundamental definition of a principle is a fundamental truth that governs the universe, right? So once again, a principle applies in many different aspects of the world, of the universe, of life, trading being one of them, right? So we get our expectations from our knowledge of principles. So this is why I'm incorporating and implementing principles in Trader Boot Camp. You guys are going to love it. All High Performance Trader premium members will have access to this by the end of the week, right? So that's a really good win. Anybody that wants to get involved with the High Performance Trader, click the links below. Trader Boot Camp, one-time payment, get you 12 months access to our team, or you could pay monthly. It's completely up to you. All right, so SPY, pre-market plan, critical levels of interest, end of day in pre-open print, right? And this is what you're going to get if you're a premium member here, right? You're going to get a pre-market plan as detailed as this. And you can see here we have very specific. What's up, baby?
Can I have my iPad?
Yes. Is Nona still here? When Nona leaves, you can have it. Okay? Okay. I love you. Okay. Just keep playing. Okay. Now you're good. Right? So if and when you join our team, this is what you're going to get access to, right? You're going to get access to pre-market plans, live trades, so on and so forth, right? So, all right, let's break into the good stuff. We're watching pre-open print and end of day. Right, so pit numbers, critical levels, pre-open print, and pre-EOD. This is our area of value. Josh, why is this our area of value? Well, it's because price is consolidating at this area. Why do we watch these levels? Well, these levels are storytellers, right? They tell us a story. See, the market communicates to us. It's just not with language. It's with market structure. It's with chart patterns. It's with moving averages, right? So I'm watching pre-open print and EOD, that's end of day, previous day close, for a story. Whomever controls this level, I will be looking to trade with, right? So that is my initial trade plan, and my downside targets are etc., right? What is that? 59257, 591, and 590, right? So just a little graphical presentation, and then you dive deeper. Bullish scenario. I'm watching for buyers to develop bullish structure and acceptance above EOD and pre-open print for longs, targeting previous day high in 60133. Bearish scenario. I'm looking for sellers to develop structure off these levels, along with open print for short plays targeting PDL 59257, etc., etc. Right? So I'm using very simple terminology to explain to my team, I am going to be trading with whomever controls this level today, right? We're not going to complicate it. We're going to keep it very simple, right? We've done tons of research. We've collected tons of data, and we are completely and fully aware of what happens most often on the market. Therefore, whomever can control this level, I'm looking to trade with. Right? There's an 88% chance of a market imbalance happening today. It's my job to figure out if it's going to be bullish or bearish. That is what the pre-market plan consists of each and every single day, right? So now that we have the pre-market plan down, now we need to figure out who is in control, right? So you're going to see right here, price opens up above previous day open print, sells off into it, and we immediately identify weakness. Open prints established, price rallies into it, and we sell off. I was not in front of the charts at this point, right? Dropped my daughter off at school. We were at a blizzard today. I missed this trade. And even if I didn't miss it, it probably would have been a little bit challenging, right? Because the moving average crossed and it happened until about this. I probably could have got into it, but I didn't. Right? So once again, let's go back to expectations. If and when I miss a setup, based off my knowledge of principles, what can I expect going forward? Right? Well, I'm completely aware of what my strategy looks like and consists of. So now it's up to me to identify opportunity. Right? Just because I missed a setup does not mean I need to force one, doesn't mean I need to get in one, doesn't mean I need to rush or pull triggers. I'm not less of a trader because I missed a setup, right? It does not matter. So do not base your worth, don't define yourself based off you missing a setup, someone else getting it, etc., right? That is not how you become a key critical day trader. Right? Instead, you need to set your expectations based off your ability to identify a profitable setup, right? So this is how, hold on. This is how we identify good setups. So price sells off. We come into previous day low. We get tons of weakness, right? Tons of weakness. I'm watching a specific GBI here. If I whip out the 2 minute, you'll see it a little bit better. Green bar ignored, right? So once that happens, I draw a box around it. And now I'm looking for a retest up into this level, into this zone. Price comes into this zone and rejects, right? I was not able to get into this trade either, right? So I'm still being extremely patient and I'm still waiting. Price then comes back into previous day low, and now I am looking to get into the market targeting the lows, right? So how do I do this? This was my first trade I took, and it was a losing trade. I want to show you what happened. So price comes into PDL, and we get a rejection. So I'm in the market short at 11:30, and my stop is going to be above the previous candle. But the thing is I was getting in the market here at 592.40. So for me to put my stop above that candle, that would have left me assuming 59345 more than $1 risk, which I was not ready to do. Right? So price started to sell off, and we got a really nice sell off here, and my stop gradually moving down was hit on this candle right here, right? So once again, these things are going to happen. This is part of the game. Went short, stop was in an appropriate spot outside of the cloud, and I got clipped, right? So once again, let's go back to expectations. Just because my stop was hit, does that mean I'm a bad trader? Absolutely not. This was a phenomenal setup, right? I loved it. It was really good. And more importantly, it fit all my criteria. The 1 hour time frame was bearish. We identified weakness at previous day low, right? These things are going to happen. It's part of the game. I step away from the market and I allow the market to do its thing. So now I'm looking to get back into the market. Now, yes, my stop got hit and price has sold off more than $8 here. But based on my strategy, based on how I identify strength, right, and how I identify opportunity, look at the 1 hour time frame. We're getting a very nice bearish trend. Price is also respecting the 9D EMA on the 1 hour, right? So now, once price looks something like this, I now need to identify an entry. I will not and am not going long, right? I understand we bounce very well off 590, but it does not make sense for me to long against the 1 hour 9. In fact, I never trade against the 1 hour 9. More often than not, it's not going to work out for you. So now I drop back onto that 5 where we have a bearish bias. Price is coming up, and now we get some selling. Now, if I also, I don't know why this isn't up. Oh, it's because it restarted. If I whip out the 50 EMA, you're going to see here price comes right into it and rejects. So now that price has rejected, I now need to identify an entry, right? We can't just enter the market short, right? We need to identify risk appropriately. So what you do is you drop into the 2 minute time frame and you identify a green bar, which was ignored. We drop below the 50 on the 2 minute as well, and the cloud is now red. So there's a couple different things I want to point out too. Let's go back to expectations. Just because I'm getting a green bar ignored here, does that mean I enter the market short right here? I mean, you can, but I didn't want to do that because the 5 minute time frame was still materializing, right? It was still developing. So what I'll do is identify the green bar that's ignored, and I'll wait for a retest. If you don't get the retest, that means price is selling off too quickly, and sometimes you're going to get caught in a correction, right? So instead, I identify the green bar and I wait for the retest up into it. And you're going to see here on this 1414 candle, if I come over here to, where is it? SPY alerts. Right here in shorts, targeting low of day, right? So this is what the market looked like. I'm getting in the market short, targeting low of day. And you can see here, here's the 2-minute. Price has now broken that green bar, came up, retested it in the market short. And look at how bearish structure is now developing. So when I see something like this, I will immediately go straight back to that 1 hour and go, all right, does this make sense? Right? And look at this chart. Absolutely, it makes sense. This is extremely bearish. As a matter of fact, we got a green bar ignored on the 1 hour time frame. So now at this point, it's target your next market imbalance. And SPX paints a very good picture here. We were targeting 5903 on SPX, and it was a phenomenal trade. It was beautiful, right? I mean, look at this. Right into the 50, rejecting EOD, rejecting previous day high, right? And getting the market short on this candle right here, 1415, and took the market down to 5903, right? So basically what I want you guys to take from this is make sure your expectations are correct. Make sure you're not just entering setups because you've missed a trade, right? Make sure you're entering setups based off principles, based off intention, and based off a specific strategy. Yeah, we missed that morning setup. And even here on SPX, I mean, look at this, guys. This is beautiful off open print. Look at that. It's glorious, right? That's glorious. But we missed it. So just because we missed it doesn't mean all impending doom, or doesn't mean I need to break all my strategy or my discipline or reject my principles. And it's so amazing. We have a trader on the team. He just spent the last 4 months collecting data on his strategy. And this trader used to struggle tremendously on the market. Now this trader is super disciplined. He's making great decisions, and he has no issue identifying his setup, and he also has no issue with remaining patient. So what I'm getting at is if you're struggling with patience, you don't need more discipline. You need more knowledge. You need more data. You need more conviction. I'm telling you this right now. If you do what the 90% won't, you will get the results the 90% don't. Right? I'm going to say it one more time. If you do what the 90% won't, you will get the results the 90% don't. Right? 90% of traders are inconsistent. They're irrational, unlogical, unprofitable. Right? Why? Do you think they're collecting data and studying it? No. They're literally showing up to the market and going, oh, that looks good. I'm going to go long. Big green candle off of end of day. Like, look at this. Old Josh would have been like, oh, buyers are coming in. They're stepping up. But new Josh is like, absolutely not. Look at that trend. Not fighting it. So identify your self principles. Don't allow yourself to break character just because you have one losing trade, right? If you were playing poker and you had a losing hand, would you just throw it all in? Absolutely not. That'd be retarded, right? So never go full retard, right? Stay patient. Keep your stops where you need to, and execute like no other, right? So I hope you guys like this. I hope you guys like this video. If you're looking to get involved with a very strong team that practices good principles, that has great resources, and that shows up to the market every single day, guys, I'm your guy, right? I push traders each and every single day to do what the 90% won't do, right? Over at HPT, we do not just put on trades based off emotion, right? We don't just take setups based off fear or based off, any sort of assumption, right? We're taking setups based strictly off data, strictly off logic, and we're playing the long game, right? So I love all you guys. Thank you for coming. I hope this benefits you. And if it gave you any value, please like, subscribe to the team, and I'll see you guys in the next lesson.